headquarters of common sense.
Talk Radio.
Ian, I'd just like to make two quick points about the distraction that is Ukraine.
Yeah.
Firstly, the government and media who are screaming about the sovereignty of Ukraine's borders tell us here that our borders have to be open to tens of thousands of people that are able to get on the small boats at Calais. If that's not an invasion, I don't know what is. And secondly, you know, if you want to be worried about a brutal dictatorship, I'm far more worried about Trudeau in Canada and what he's doing than what Putin's doing in Russia and Ukraine.
Especially if you own a dog, because he's threatened to shoot your dog if you don't get the hell out of Ottawa.
It's brutal what he's done. Frozen bank accounts, people arrested, held without bail on charges of what, mischief? Or mischief by association? Yeah. I'm far more worried about what Trudeau's doing in Canada and the fact that the whole West is silent about that than I am about Putin and the Ukraine. I mean, I really don't care about
What do you make of this? I saw somebody say that whether you like it or not, and I, have made my views on what's going on in Canada well known. I'm sure you'd probably concur with me, Phil, but there is a view that actually if you're the Prime Minister of the place, then you've got to get the place moving, regardless of how much sympathy you might have with different individuals, in the same way that we had to try and unglue Extinction Rebellion off the M25. This is a similar deal, but a bigger one if you're the Prime Minister.
Not by stripping the rights of your own citizens, not by branding your own citizens terrorists, not by threatening to kill their dogs, taking their children into care, arresting them without any kind of a trial, holding them without bail.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. I mean, if
you're right. You're right. The kind of what is bothersome about this is the kind of language that is being used. And you're right that Trudeau has talked about terrorists. He's talked about, I think he didn't he equate them as well to the sort of far right, the kind of racists that you see on a Louis Theroux documentary. I think he also.
Yes, he did. There was one person with a Nazi flag, and then somebody else took a photograph of the photographer who captured the one person with a Nazi flag, and the photographer is a close associate of Justin Trudeau. I mean,
that's funny, isn't it?
It is funny. It's just very predictable. And I'm far more worried about seeing the rights of the Canadians stripped away than what Putin's doing in Russia, because from what I can gather, where he's gone in, where he is separatist, those people want him there.
Do you know what? I think you've illustrated a brilliant point, Phil. Thank you for that. And one of the points that Phil has illustrated is how much... It comes back to that point we were talking with Peter Cargill. Why don't you talk about this or why don't you talk about that? And, to Phil, that is a more important point.
Good talk.
Hot talk. Bold talk. Talk Radio.
Listen on your smart speaker.
Watch it live on your smart TV.
The world headquarters of common sense.
Talk Radio.